tires everywhere. You need to be close.
Yeah, because it's gonna be an ugly track. Okay.
I ain't down. Earnhardt, they said Earnhardt told him, boy, you need to come around the shop, the business part of it.
I'll be good.
Well, you're pretty tight. How's it? Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Perfectionist.
Hey, I've already had rumors starting. Some guy
Yes.
told me he loved me tonight, and the last time I was on a race, one time, a guy kissed me in victory lane.
Oh, hey.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be on J-Ski now. You know that, don't you?
What's that?
That'll be on J-Ski now.
Uh, who is Jay Ski?
He's a guy out of New Jersey. He's got that website.
Do you know him?
No? I know people who do. He's a computer programmer for some big defense company, I think.
Well, for what? Why did you? Not good.
Oh, boy.
Most famous words in motorsport. That's a wrap.
Are you kidding? Are they cranking right now? No.
I saw her saying, sorry, I need to be 40 minutes. Wait a minute.
How you doing, Mason? Mike Hogwood, you're not bothering me.
Huh? Yeah, the controller's like that. You know, they set it down.
Hey, good deal, man. Yeah, good deal. We're in good shape. Ready to go. Racetrack looks good. Nice paving job. Good thing you got somebody who knew something about paving, huh? Good thing you got somebody who knew something about paving to do it. Yeah. What is this David saying? Who's got David saying?
Mike Hogwood, how did you get in that third convertible?
I don't know, man.
We're cool.
Look good?
I'd like to be in the fourth convertible. Well, never mind.
Where are the convertibles? Oh, I see them. They're. Oh gosh, one of them. There's Doreen. There is a pig there, though. That's kind of like. There's a hog on the racetrack.
Valley Dale, yeah.
I like it. No, that's the Valleydale pig, Valleydale sausage. Remember that song? Valleydale sausage, Valleydale wieners. You remember the commercial? Valleydale? I don't know it. Sorry. All you knew was Oscar Mayer. Did you know Valleydale? Okay, good. See, in Greensboro, we have Valleydale commercials on. Huh? The following is a special presentation of TNN Motorsports. Four times this season, young Dale Earnhardt Jr. has made it to victory lane. Texas, the only track where he had any challengers. Heading into tonight's battle in South Boston, Virginia, Earnhardt will attempt to accomplish one of the few things that has eluded him in '98, a win on a short track. He leads the points battle by only 6 over Matt Kenseth from Wisconsin. 82 points back, it's Mike McLaughlin. Buckle in, it's going to be a fast night in South Boston, Virginia. The 50th anniversary of NASCAR, and the Busch National Series returns to its roots, short track racing. Tonight, at the South Boston Speedway in Virginia, a bull ring. Many of these drivers cut their racing teeth. It's the Lycos.com 300 presented by Valleydale Foods. This race in Virginia tonight, we're going to see side-by-side battles all night long. I think we're in for a great show. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Virginia. I'm Mike Hogwood. Working alongside me tonight is Larry Pearson, 2 times a Busch Grand National champion, 3 times a winner here at this racetrack. Larry, what's the key to getting around here?
Well, Mike, when I won my races here, the track was old, it was wore out tires. Tonight, you got 21 race cars that have broken the track record. It's going to be a fast race. Tempers are going to be flaring. Fenders are going to be flying. So sit back in your lazy boy, buckle up. We're going to have a wild night.
Kind of race we all like to watch, isn't it?
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
There are a couple of stories that we're going to be following tonight. First of all, the championship points battle. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads by only 6 over Matt Kenseth, but he's back in the field a bit. So is Mike McLaughlin, the 3rd-place runner. Base Motorsports. The drivers, Randy LaJoie and Tim Fiedel, both qualified well. They've run great on short tracks all year. Both will be threats to win here tonight. And 2 guys who started the season in the Winston Cup Series, David Green and Todd Bodine. Both qualified well in their cars from Team 34. They're set to put on a good show here tonight at South Boston. Let's go down to pit road and Glenn Jarrett.
Hey, thanks, Mike. You know, the invasion of youth continues in the NASCAR Busch Series tonight here at South Boston Speedway. Points leader Dale Earnhardt Jr. has placed his Chevrolet on the pole. It is his 3rd Bud Pole of the year, but none of his 4 victories so far this year have come from the pole position. He's looking to change that tonight. Meanwhile, on the outside of the front row, 22-year-old Wayne Grubb, a Virginia native, local favorite here at South Boston, won 4 times in the late model stock division here last year. He's had 2 front row starts this year, both of them in his home state of Virginia. He wants to challenge Earnhardt. Now let's go a little further down the pit road. Here's Matt Yoakum.
Well, Glenn, 3 of the top 10 point chasers tonight are well deep in the field, beginning with their brothers, Elliott and Hermie. They're 9th and 10th in points, but 21st and 23rd on the grid. They cut their racing teeth on this quarter-mile bull ring. We'll have to bank on that experience tonight to help bring them to the front. Even farther back is 2nd in points Matt Kenseth. He spots Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s in the standings, but 23 positions on the racetrack. The one advantage for Kenseth, last year he ran laps to a 6th-place finish, while Little E watched this race at home on TV. Mike?
Thanks, Matt. You told us about a surprise back in the field. There are some other surprises up front. And when we return to South Boston, Virginia, we'll run down the starting grid and get the green flag for this race, the Lycos.com 300. We'll be back in a moment.
Okay, we're going to do the starting grid and what else?
That's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what are we doing after starting grid? You waiting for green flag? Oh, we're doing that track thing. Doreen, did you hear me? What are we doing after starting grid is what I had to ask. That's what I needed. The Lycos.com 300, presented by Valleydale Foods, is brought to you by Texaco, a world of energy. And by the more than 2,000 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Engine tip fired here at South Boston, Virginia. We're about ready to get going with the Lycos.com 300. You look at Tim Fedewa's car there. He's up front. Let's take a look now at our starting grid. Little E, the Dominator, up front with Wayne Grubb. Todd Bodine, what a qualifying run for him, along with Tim Fedewa in row 2. On row 3, Randy LaJoie won a couple weeks ago at Myrtle Beach. Jeff Purvis, that car ran strong here at this track a year ago. In row 5, David Green, many picking him to win here tonight. Buckshot Jones and Curtis Markham are in row 6. Kerry Earnhardt, another one of the Earnhardts, driving car 40 tonight, along with another legacy, Jason Jarrett at Barrier. He won at Hickory earlier this year. He's a threat tonight. Row 9, Mike McLaughlin, third in the points. He wants to move up quick. Also in that points chase is Elton Sawyer in car 38. Elliott Sadler, this is his home track. He's got a lot of friends and family here tonight. How about his brother, Hermie Sadler, starting behind him in row 12. And Matt Kenseth, second in points, back in the field, as we heard just a moment ago. Row 13, Dale Shaw. What a race he had here a year ago. Wants to do it again. Phil Parsons, a veteran, back in row 14, along with Mike Dillon in car 72. Row 15, Jason Keller. J.D. Gibbs in car 44 tonight. Kevin LePage driving car 59 for Robert Presley. He's in row 16, a provisional start. Andy Santerre in car 47 will start in row 17. Well, the engines have fired and the cars will be rolling around for a pace lap. Larry Pearson. Let's take a look at our AutoZone race analysis. Our posted awards, over $357,000. We've got 33 cars in our starting field. And our distance is 120 miles. It's 300 laps. We will have some scheduled pit stops at lap 100 and lap 200. The race record held by Todd Bodine, who starts third tonight. He won this race back in 1996. This racetrack, one of the originals, joined the Busch Series back in 1982. And almost every year since then, there has been a race here at South Boston, Virginia. You go up and down the garage, Larry, and talk to these drivers, and every one of them will tell you, we really like to come to South Boston and race. This is a fun place.
Exactly. This is where it all started. I remember coming here myself. I couldn't wait to come to South Boston. I had a lot of success here. That's one reason I wanted to come back. But I'm going to tell you, from 1st to 26th, or yes, I think it was, 1st to 26th is only 0.3 of a second. So it's a very, very close field. And like I said at the beginning, it's going to be a very close race.
We'll be on board with a number of drivers today. Let's check them out for you. First, Phil Parsons, who's starting back in 27th, and that's not normal for Phil. Expect to see him move up the field in a hurry. Also, we're on board with Matt Kenseth. As we told you, he's second in the points, and he does not want to stay back there long. He'll have to be patient a bit, though, as he moves his way up. And Hermie Sadler. Boy, he has a lot of friends, family here. The Sadlers regulars at South Boston for many years in the late model division. He'll be driving car 29 tonight. And Kerry Earnhardt, brother to Dale Earnhardt Jr., driving car number 40. Also, Shane Hall, one of the fine young drivers in this Busch Series, starts 10th tonight. We'll be on board with Shane in car number 85. And we're about ready to go green here for the Lycos.com 300. This crowd is on its feet.
All right, get ready.
Pace car is down. Green flag is in hand.
Be ready.
Green flag is out. Riding on board now with Phil Parsons as they come by to complete lap 2, and it is Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Dominator, they've called him in recent races. He's been so strong in Milwaukee and in California, and he's off to a great start here in this race tonight.
Coming down to complete first left there, they were like 3 wides coming off of turn 4.
Earnhardt stretching his lead out a bit. As you see back in the pack, there is some very, very tight racing. That's Elliott Sadler in car 66. Matt Kenseth in the 17. He wants to make up some ground on board with Matt now.
But you've got to be patient. Although it's a short track and Earnhardt's setting a very fast pace, you've got to be a little patient when you're working the traffic. Otherwise, you'll tear your car up, get it out, knock the toe end out, knock the fenders off of it, and you'll be going back.
Larry, what I thought was interesting is when you hear the spotter for Matt Kenseth, there are cars all around. You were talking about how rough this racetrack used to be. When you drove here, the tires would go away in a hurry. Well, that's not the case anymore. This really seems to be a smooth racetrack. They've done a great job of retaining.
Yeah, that's the key to getting around here. You heard the spotter tell him to get easy getting in the corners.
Here's the battle for 5th place. Jeff Purvis owns it right now.
You can overdrive a car in the corner here, and it could really mess you up as far as coming off the corner. So what you want to be is just a little contact there between Jason Keller and Phil Parsons. You want to come off the corner fast is what you want. And the only way you can do that is to go in a little easier so it won't upset the car.
David Green really working hard in that 36 car trying to get by Jeff Purvis. There's Randy LaJoy, who won a couple of weeks ago at Myrtle Beach. Purvis in the 4, and Todd Bodine up in front of him in the 30. Well, meanwhile, Dale Jr. is checked out. Look at the difference between 1st and 2nd. That's Wayne Grubb back in the 83, and then all the way back to 3rd place.
The Grubb boys ought to do pretty good here. I mean, Wayne and Kevin both. I mean, they grew up here. They raced thousands of miles on the racetrack, I'm sure, so they should be they should be in pretty good shape.
Got a report that Tim Speedway may have scraped up against the wall. You do that a little bit at this racetrack, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a problem down in turn 3 and 4.
It's Mark Green who is up against the wall in the 37, and the caution is flying here on lap 11. Mark Green spins. Also involved in that was the 35 of Lyndon Amick. We'll sort it out and tell you who stands where in a moment. There's caution on the racetrack. South Boston, Virginia, Dale Earnhardt Jr. out on top of Wayne Grubb right now.
Starting up front here. You have no traffic, you can truck on.
Yeah,
everybody
stand up.
I think there's some faster cars. I mean, well, cars that are just as fast back, just a little bit, but they're up in traffic and they can't get loose.
What do you think? I think Dale's pretty strong.
Oh, he's strong, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's pretty deep.
He is strong. No doubt about that.
Yeah, is everybody okay?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. When we go to replays, you know you got them, right? If it's a replay,
okay.
you talk.
Okay.
You see a replay, When I say, hey, let's take, here's what happened,
Okay.
and I stop. Right. I'm just talking to Larry about kind of generically what we're doing.
Well, Lyndon Amick, that time I was looking right at him. He got under 37 then. They just got together. Spun him out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of related to the 17 that one time. I was hoping that's who it was. Earnhardt Jr. is the leader.
During that
coming down. Lyndon Amick is. It looks like we're about ready to go back green flag racing here at South Boston.
Cars off. Be ready. Get her ready. Get the green, green, green.
And again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. shows a lot of muscle underneath that hood as Amick can't get back on the lead lap, neither can Mark Green.
Will Jr., he's really strong on the restart. He's very smooth. He doesn't spin the wheels, and that's the key to restarts very well here. Short track, just don't spin the wheels.
Wayne Grubb finds himself caught behind Lyndon Amick. He's trying to keep up with Jr.
A few moments ago, we heard Matt say that Mark Green thought he had a valve stem broke off on the right front there. What happens here when you spin out like that, you spin up into loose stuff, you get up into marbles, and they build up on your tires, and then you go down to the next corner, and it feels like the car won't turn. It feels like it's sliding, like you have a tire going down or something. That could have been what the problem was.
That is not in battle for second. Wayne Grubb is in second place. The 35 car you see is now a lap down as he came up and tried to get back on the lead lap. He started on the double file on the restart. Lyndon Amick almost hopelessly trying to keep up here. When you go a lap down here and get a couple laps down, it's pretty tough to make it up.
It's tough. It really is. I mean, the traffic is so tight, and the cars, they run so close nowadays. I mean, you've really got to get a good jump on the leader at the time and try to jump him and beat him into the first corner and just try to hold him off.
Now the battle for fifth place. Todd Bodine owns it right now at number 30. Got a car up in the wall. That is Jason Keller, the 57, and caution will fly again. Looks like Jason might have cut down a tire or something. He just shot right up into the wall in turn 2.
Yeah, that could have been Jason that broke the valve stem a while ago, you know.
Jason Keller in the wall. Caution is out at South Boston. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is still our leader in the Lycos.com 300.
I cannot hear Doreen or Scott Keith barely at all. If you can really boost them up a lot, I can't even hear them, what Scott's saying. So if you could help me out there, I appreciate it, bud. Thank you.
break.
Tough for Jason.
Yeah. He's really a nice guy. He really is. He needs a sponsor.
Mack Trucks are furnished by Clement Chevy Mack Sales. For all your truck and tractor needs, call Clement at 1-800-369-MACK. Visit, experience, shop Simpson World, a racer and race fan superstore, now open in Mooresville, North Carolina, Indianapolis, Indiana, Torrance, California, and Hershey, Pennsylvania. Race fans, you make the call. New LCI long-distance customers receive 30 minutes of free calling and a calling card featuring participating drivers. Don't delay. Call now, 1-888-TEAM-LCI.
Tough break here at South Boston early for Jason Keller. He's still, his car pinned up against the wall. There you see Jason, like my partner Larry Pearson from the great state of South Carolina, and he's a nice guy and a good young talent.
Yes, he is. He really is. He's run well this year without a sponsor, and they need some sponsor help. But I'm telling you, he's a great guy, and he would represent a sponsor well.
Well, tough break is now the car is hooked up onto the tow truck and being pulled away, as you can see, down to Glen Jarrett.
Well, I'm standing by with Jason Keller. Jason, awfully hard lick into the wall there. What happened?
Well, first of all, we got a bad start, you know, and then got in there, and I was trying to get around him on the outside and work the high line in, but it hadn't quite come in yet, you know, and Jason Keller didn't do his job tonight, you know. I just didn't get it done tonight, but sorry to all the guys.
Well, I tell you what, it takes a big man to admit he made a mistake. I was looking at the car. He went in the corner on the outside, guys. He got the thing up into the marbles, and it literally shot right into the wall, scraped it pretty hard. I tell you, the car's pretty well damaged. I don't think they'll get back out.
Larry, you heard Jason talking about that high line. Now, this is known as a two-groove racetrack, but apparently that second groove isn't there right now. They're going to have to wait for it.
Yeah, it just, during practice this afternoon, a lot of the cars were running up there, and I would have thought by now that it would have been in, but from the marks there, Jason might have got in just a little bit higher than what he wanted to. But the first rule of thumb, never admit, the race driver's rule, never admit your fault.
It's got to be, though, a frightening moment, though, when you do get up in the marbles and you realize it and there's nothing you can do except to hang on. You're headed for the wall.
Yeah, it's when you get up that high, the car just won't turn. There's rubber and sand and everything up there, and the tires just won't grip, and it just you're just holding on, basically.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led every lap of this race, and we're now through 29 of 300 laps. The repair work and stay dry has been put down in turn 2. Anybody that you saw tonight have anything for Dale Jr.? A couple of the races, he has just been really checked out, the dominant car.
Yeah, no, I've talked to a lot of drivers down there, and they were in awe. I would say of Dale Jr. They would never tell him that, but a lot of them were kicking themselves in the rear ends and saying some words they shouldn't be saying, but they can't believe he's running that well. I mean, it's week after week. Doesn't matter what size track or where it is. I mean, he seems to be the one to beat, and you know, when you get on a roll like that, it's hard to do anything wrong, and they are certainly on a roll.
Look at the numbers for the season. We're in the 20th race of the year. He has 4 wins, 9 top 5s, 14 top 10s. He's now the points leader. He's led in 10 races. That's more than anybody else. He also has 2 poles. That ties Robert Presley for the most. And you know what? This is one of the tracks where he tested. And he said he's had some problems with short tracks. They didn't like the way they ran at Hickory. Didn't like the way they ran at Myrtle Beach, but they are strong tonight. Glen Jarrett?
Well, if anybody's going to be smiling, it's this man here, Tony Urey. And, boy, that thing looks like it's on a rail, Tony.
Yeah, he said the car's pretty good. We were a little tight in the center right before qualifying, and we didn't want to make too many adjustments for it because the pace slows down so much here, so we left it alone. He said the car's real good.
Okay, that's Tony Urey, the crew chief. I tell you what, everybody down here has become to, or expected for Earnhardt Jr. to run this way, guys. He's done it so often lately.
Well, we'll see if he can continue, as it looks like we are about ready to go back. Green flag racing here in South Boston. And as you mentioned, Larry, I think it's one of the interesting things to watch is Dale Jr. on the restarts, how smooth he is. He really gets a jump.
Yes, like I said, the key is not to spin the wheels, and he goes down on the gas real smooth and easy. I mean, he's learned very, very well. There's another good jump, and he clears the lap car, getting to the first corner, and that's the key on the short track. You clear that lap traffic, if there is any, you can take your line into the first corner there and don't have a problem.
The 37 you saw, the lap car was Mark Green and Dale Earnhardt Jr. again, out to about a 10-car length lead over Wayne Grubb, the youngster who qualified well here, and not surprising at all when you consider that Wayne Grubb has been a regular here at South Boston. He's the driver of car 83. He ran late models here last season, won 3 races in that series, so he knows his way around, and there's something about track time at a track like this.
Oh yeah. When you have a racetrack in your backyard and you run here week after week, you have to know something about it, and I'm sure the guys, after they repaved the track, I'm sure they came down and tested probably every week, and it's helped them a lot. I mean, it's paid off for both the Grubb boys.
Well, it's obvious, and again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. with his largest lead of the night. He just seems to be getting stronger as this race rolls on.
What happened there on that restart, Wayne Grubb got caught on the outside of the lap car of Mark Green, and it took him a couple laps to get by him, but even if he had cleared him, I don't think he's got anything for Earnhardt.
Jim Fedewa is running third at the moment. You see the field strung out just a bit. Tim Fedewa, a guy who sat on the pole at Myrtle Beach, won earlier this year in Nazareth, and felt he has a really good shot here tonight. I really would like another win before this season is done.
Yeah, very good race driver. He's had some hard luck, but once things get turned around, just like Earnhardt, if he gets on a roll, then it'll start clicking for him week after week.
There you see Tim Fedewa's car 33, and he's also very smooth in getting around this racetrack, which is a key on these short tracks for running well. It seems the harder you drive, sometimes the slower you go.
That's the whole deal. The car will feel so good to you, you want to drive it off into the corner, 2 or 3 car lengths further than what you should drive it off, and when you get to the center of the corner, you drove in so hard and it just actually messes the car up and you can't come off as hard as you want to. Well, the key is passing people coming off the corner instead of getting in the corner. So, you know, if you just keep that in your mind while you're running and just try to be consistent, run a smooth lap, then your lap times will be very good and very consistent.
Another young driver we haven't heard a lot from on this Busch Series is Kevin Grubb, Wayne's brother. He's right behind Fedewa in the 52 car. He also has a lot of time on this track. Run 6 late model events here a year ago. And we've got a spin on the front straightaway. It's Buckshot Jones. He'll bring out another caution flag. Doesn't look like the damage is too severe, but there was some very tight racing back in the pack, and Buckshot looked like he got tapped just a little bit.
Yeah, you can see some damage there on the left rear where somebody got into him. I don't think he hit the inside wall there.
Buckshot Jones trying to get his car turned around, and he'll come in the pits and survey the damage. We'll tell you the results of that when we return to South Boston, Virginia, Lycos.com 300. Got to get your car up there, don't we?
He's picked up a few spots, but
how about Junior?
Right.
Little Lee, man, is killing it.
He's got something that's awfully strong the last couple races.
Larry,
yeah.
you ever have a car like that? Where just
once?
Did you?
Yeah. Jefferson, Georgia, 1986.
You remember, at some point, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to get you to talk about what that feels like. What you
oh man, well, actually, it scares you because you're waiting for something to go wrong.
Yeah.
It's that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, I sure do. I can hear him fine.
We're just going to talk about Lycos deciding to get involved in racing, what's behind that a little bit.
Okay.
And,
I sure can, Doreen.
And also, you got to be really excited about Matt Kinstuff and what he's done, and we'll talk about that.
Great.
Yes. Okay, will you tell me when to start talking to him, or do you want me to just go ahead and do it?
Mr. Lycos?
Mr. Lycos. I told him it was.
I don't think I want that moniker.
We have Lycosin.com here, your wife's doc, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
So he clears that lap traffic every time, and
It just goes.
he's got it made.
He's got a strong car the last 6 races, especially. Ever since Milwaukee.
Yeah.
20.
Doreen, tell me when to start doing this interview, okay? Or do you want me to start? Thank you. Welcome back to South Boston, Virginia. You're looking at Dale Earnhardt Jr., a position he has been in many times this season, and that is out front and by a wide margin. Dale Jr. is leading every lap of this race, and we're on lap 49. There you see Buckshot Jones. He's back out, none the worse for wear, but lost some valuable time. As we'll take a look at what happened on the racetrack.
Yeah, Buckshot's coming off a turn 40. It looks like him and Dave Resendez got together there. Buckshot was on the inside. You know, I think the wheels touched and they just got tangled up and Buckshot went around.
It's one of the hazards of short track racing. Buckshot Jones got the bad end of it here tonight.
Yeah, you don't have to hit people bumper to bumper to spin them out. I mean, and that wasn't intentional, don't get me wrong. They just bumped wheels and jerked the car around.
Looks like we're going to have a battle for second place very soon as Tim Fedewa is now on the back bumper of Wayne Grubb. We talked about Fedewa and that base motorsports team, his teammate Randy LaJoy, how strong they have been on these short tracks. They really have their short track program together, and Fedewa looking for an opportunity to get around car 83.
Yeah, I think Tim, he's just taking his time, you know, which is what he should do here in this track like this. No lap traffic. We still got a long way to go. I mean, you know, if he can get around Wayne there, you know, then his next deal is the lead.
Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Mike, due to the qualifying format, most teams today worked on race setup versus qualifying setup for qualifying tonight. Tim Fedewa made a change for what he thought would make the car better in the race. It also made it better in qualifying. That's why he started up front. He says this car should come in after about 40 to 50 laps. That's when this car really begins to get hooked up, and you can see he's really working hard on the 83 car.
We are 56 laps in, and it looks like Fedewa almost touched Wayne Grubb trying to get around him. Grubb's doing a pretty good job of holding him off here.
He's holding him off, yeah. That's what track time will do for you. You know, if we were at another track where he doesn't have that much experience, not saying that he wouldn't run good, he would because he's got good cars, but I think Tim would